Set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check. Down the man inside. Down the man.
This is the former Nittany Lion, the rookie Miles Sanders. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. Hey, other side, solid. Waiting. Such thing as a look. We take a win. Kill. 5. Check. No. Over here. What's up?
From midfield, here's Wentz. And Sanders has got it complete. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check. Please, 5-7. Hey, echo.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you watched a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in talent. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Hey, watch that. 5-9. 54, right? 50. Hey, Delta. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Tight dog. Patch it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Jackson. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Wentz going to throw. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Let's go, baby. What you got, baby? What you got? Ram. Give me something.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Right through. Pac-Man. 180. 357. Off the floor. Outside. Solid. Check.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Watch the run. Baby, that's a baby shot.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Cousins now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down now, it's Sanders. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Here I come again. Bravo. Here I come again. Mark 54. Mark 54. Great. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. On first down, Sanders. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And a kick by Elliott is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you've got the second half to play.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here, Ty.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. So we've reached halftime at a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Second and 6 at the 23-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Mike 53. Quarterback, don't get nervous. We ain't begin.
Cousins. Going down the middle, and it's complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 10-3.
That's the score. Vikings 10, Eagles 3.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one. It's the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. It's a second down run with Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now, I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Hey, wahoo! Bring it! Bring it! You're 5-2. Come here.
Throwing his Wentz. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Hey, Phil. Hey, 4-2. Hey, exit.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Shotgun down for Wentz. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Kill. Listen. Hey, shoot.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, Haywood! Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Watch twitch. Win. Joker. Deuce. Watch the safety creep. The great 57.
Working from the gun. Wentz. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Come off the ball. What's that?
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Jovan, 180. Check back 21. Hey, we're good, we're good. What's that? What's that?
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Lefty, lefty. General West.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Come on now.
Here's Wentz to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Switch gears. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Pilot, 64, weak.
On play action, Wentz. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. Stop here, D. Switch. Check go. Check 9, check 9. Check nickel. Man 5-7.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Hey, empty. Hey, orbit.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21.
Throwing here, Cousins. Yeah, that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Back to it after the pick-6. Cousins flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. You must be.
Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check back 21, right 21, check back 21. Check down.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Another run here with Sanders. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Eagles 20, Vikings 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Back. Waiting. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Philadelphia, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.